hear vibrations of words I cannot form outside of my skull. They will not create the bounce, the buoyancy needed to float off my tongue. I cannot reach you. I peeled my own skin off to put on yours, to help you, to teach you. I tried so hard to teach you to love others and the ones who loved you. To teach you humanity, I tried to teach you to feel emotions like a human. I ripped my heart out piece by piece like grapes from a vine. I tried to feed them to you with breakfast so your entire day would be great, be okay, be fine. So the way that I loved you would follow you every step of the way. So when you were kicked in the knees, you could catch yourself with speed. I let you eat from my love tree, from my roots to the highest leaf above me, just so you would finally love the softness of your knees, so you would finally respect your veins. No more drugs, baby, please, I'm begging you to stay sober for a week, but you couldn't, so I wouldn't, because being sober while you were over the limit was just as hard. When you were under, it was terrifying. I refused to suffer the sharp drops in my stomach by riding the waves of sobriety when you were so high. You thought you were flying because I saw what you thought was a fun time as red flags that your heart wouldn't make it on time with your brain. I've spent a few nights creeping down the hallway to the bathroom to watch old videos of you in privacy. We never liked privacy. I never pissed without you. You never showered without me. I'm supposed to be moving on now. You're locked away from me. You're gone now. I'm supposed to be moving on now. You're locked away from me. You're gone now. They all say that they're worried I won't love them the way I loved you, the way I loved you. Like how my keyboard suggests your name after I type I loved into my phone. Like how a dog feels when his owner finally comes home. Like the way the leaves fall off the tree when the wind blows. And to them I say I'm sorry, but I'm different now, and love to me means something different now. It became something it never planned or dreamt of being, but it is, and what it was, it isn't anymore. No more passion, no more places of fire due to handfuls of desire. No more commitment to forever, just a sure, yeah, whatever. No more commitment to whatever, just a sure, yeah, forever. Like I'm not afraid to say no now. You should probably remember that now. My independence is consistent, but I enjoy you around. You have a calming sound. Some were good to me and some cared for me, but I cared for you quite deeply, and now deep isn't what it used to be. I don't wake up and think the first thing that I need to do is say good morning to you. Phone calls are not something I crave any longer. Don't get me wrong, I need someone, but all of these relationships made my calluses stronger. Not just lovers, but also others. All of the above. I enjoyed company like fireworks once. I screamed with joy from my pores for involvement in society. I craved friends so bad. I needed lovers to love me their hardest. I was so raw with my needs, always honest on my knees. I didn't hide it, no. I didn't hide it, but I had no family. No one ever saw me in the light. In my skin with my hair slightly unwashed. No, I saw what you did. No one ever made love to my brain's finest spaces with floss like you did. All the things that you did. The way we walked and we talked and we fought and we fell and we lost all our money and we died. kitchen at 2 a.m. The way the next night you were gone by 4 p.m. The way I laid in our bed and you said I'll be home by tomorrow, but it wouldn't be till Friday, and you'd bring me a present, make it better with crying. I lived with you over half of this year. Every second I lived with my most admired fear, my dear, my morphine, my meth fiend, my part-time daydream, compulsively lying, tightrope walk, hungover pillows made from concrete, painted with a soft streak, imprints almost 3D. They all looked super real to me until I dived in bed to sleep. You had a way of loving me 10 times harder than you murdered me. But 10 times, 10 times, 10 times less did you love me. Most of the time your love only reached me when you undressed me. And that used to be the only time I trusted you, the reason I began to love parts of myself too. Then it became a lost track of thought while we were fucking, it had only become fucking, and I started to wonder who you were fucking when your addiction got ugly and you'd get in cars and tell me nothing when I wouldn't see you for 3 days, but I'd know everything. When you were close by but hung up when I cried, and you'd be on top of me, well, I started to wonder if my body was attached to my face when you touched it. If it was her name you traced with your tongue under blankets. Why did I have to fall victim when I just loved you so much? When I stayed on my feet when yours failed, no matter how much I wanted to cut my feet off. I just wanted to love you, 'cause no one had ever loved me, but you didn't have to lie so good. God, you lied better than I knew a human could. You were such a talented novelist who wrote down delusional visions and sold them as historical fiction. You told me truth sometimes to a few of the lies when you had nowhere to go, but then stood in front of strangers beside me and repeated the lies that I knew the truth to, like I didn't know the truth. Like I didn't know that you were sick in the head. I had to pretend I was overreacting. I had to laugh when you told stories. When you were acting, I backed you up so I didn't get stuck between the wall and your hands, just so you wouldn't leave, just so I could hold those hands. I do not know now how to find the rooms in my heart. When I left, the last light in the attic went dark. I don't know now how to find the last room in my heart. The last room in my heart, the last light in the last room. The last light in the attic went dark.